Hello. Ow, you're pecking my forehead, Bellicans. That's not okay. You pecked my forehead. Ow, that's my lip. Ow, stop doing that. Chickens can be jerks. I quit keeping chickens as pets. They're horrible pets. Don't do it. Stop it. Oh, you got me good, child. You got me good. My eye is tearing up. Just kidding about the whole don't keep chickens as pet thing. Like, you know, they're like little jerks, but they're lovable little jerks. They're worth it, even if they peck your eyeball out. Let's go get Nikki. Here's both of the doofuses. Ow, stop that. I am being physically abused by my chickens, or roosters, whatever you guys are. You guys are jerks. I raised you, okay? You could have been an omelet for breakfast, but no. I took the time to incubate your eggs, and this is how you repay me, by pecking my eyeball out? Should have let you guys become omelets. Just kidding, mommy doesn't mean that. Oh, I get it. They're getting me back for not being there when they were born. You see, I told you guys I was gonna come back and bite me in the buns. The next morning, I woke up to this. Oh my goodness. Then I came home and I found this. So Bailey hatched and I missed his birth too. Like, I'm a terrible mother. I missed both of their births at this point. One day in the future, they're gonna be getting into trouble and I'm gonna be like, oh no, Nikki and Bailey, you can't do that. And they're just gonna throw that at my face. Like, oh, well, mom, you weren't there when we were born, so screw you. And they're gonna keep doing whatever it was that I was yelling at them for. I can see it happening already. That's what this is about? You're angry because I couldn't be there for your birth? Okay, all jokes aside, you guys, they usually don't peck at me like this. It's just I have a little bit of glitter in my eyes, and to them that's new and they just want to see if it's edible. But in all realness, they like never peck at me like that, like ever, ever. Oh, they're so cute. I love them. Let's get on with the video now. I really hope he doesn't poop on me. Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to another video. So a while ago, I went on a trip and got a lot of really awesome footage for y'all. And then I like lost the SD card. I know, way to go, Steff. Right? And then I recently found it while I was cleaning out and making room for stuff. So, you know, cleaning is good. Cleaning helps you find stuff that you lost. This is some quality content. So I went to Mexico City for a few days. It was like 4 days, I believe. I didn't vlog the entire 4 days because I didn't do like animal stuff, you know, the entire 4 days that I was there. So anyways, the first thing I want to show you guys is the footage from the Reptile Expo. So this is the second time that I go to this event. It's the Animalia Reptile Expo. Okay, so I'm here at the Reptile Expo and I'm giving you guys a really quick tour. It's actually not a reptile expo, it's a exotic animal expo. So you will find like not just reptiles, but you know, exotic animals in general. Mostly reptiles though, like it could be considered a reptile expo technically. So yeah, it's the second time that I go there. So I planned on going once they released the date of the event. You know, they do release it a few months before the actual event so that you can kind of prepare for it. So as soon as there was like a date for the event, I did plan on going, and then life happened and I was actually not gonna go. Like seriously, you guys, I just can't plan going to events. Like I get invited to a lot of stuff, but I end up like not confirming whether I'm gonna go or not, because I don't know what's gonna come up. Like, I have a lot of animals, a lot of special needs animals. It's hard to get away sometimes, so it's really hard for me to get out there to events because, you know, I don't really know what's gonna come up. So I had already planned on going, and then like 2 weeks before the event, it looked like I was just not gonna be able to make it. And then like 4 days before the event, I was able to squeeze in some time and like get someone to stay here in the house and left some of my animals boarding. I was able to get away for 4 days. I ended up going like last minute, so that's why I didn't announce that I was gonna be going. But some of you guys that watch these videos were there, and a lot of you stopped by and said hello, and we took some pictures. So yeah, it was really cool still getting to meet some of you guys. So if you were there and you stopped by to say hello, thank you for doing that. I love meeting you guys. I'm gonna be completely honest here, and I hope I don't piss anyone off, but I think, in my opinion at least, I think that the last time that I went to this expo, it was a lot better. Like, it was a lot more diverse. It felt like there was more sellers and more variety of things. I felt like in this one, like, all of the vendors were kind of selling the same thing. I definitely like to see something else, you know, not just the same thing over and over. So I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really as exciting this time around. But they did recently release the new dates for the next expo, so I think it's at around June, July, one of those two. And I do want to go, right? Like, right now I'm saying I plan on going, but if something comes up, I probably won't make it, but hopefully I will. So I will be trying to make it to the next one. Hopefully it'll be more exciting since it's not going to be in winter. This one was in winter, so a lot of the animals weren't like in season, so I get that. Hopefully in the next expo there'll be some really cool stuff. So my favorite thing about this expo is definitely the betta fish. They're so beautiful. These breeders are doing such an amazing job with these genetics, and just yes. So this sulcata right here was being a jerk and was like bumping people's feet, so they put him in turtle timeout. Cute. Y'all, can we just like appreciate this little girl's bravery right here? Like, she's probably braver than like 80% of like the world population, okay? I love it. So the last time that I went to this expo, I actually flew there because I just was gonna check it out. And I wasn't planning on buying anything, but then like I did end up buying my chameleons and ended up having to sneak them on the plane. And this time around, like, I did plan on buying something. Like, I kind of had in my head like what animals I was looking for, and like if I found them there, like I was gonna get them. Like, I was already prepared for them mentally. It was just a matter of like seeing if I found any there that were in good shape and whatnot. So I did plan on buying animals, so I didn't fly out this time around. I actually drove there instead so that I could just, you know, not have to worry about sneaking animals on the plane, which is not legal, and please don't do that. So yeah, I left the event, I went back to the hotel room, and I did not leave empty-handed. I did buy some animals, but I'm just not gonna show you guys them yet. Sorry, I know you guys are gonna hate me for this, but my next video will be featuring one of the animals that I bought, and then in the next few videos you guys will be meeting the newer ones. So yeah, this was the hotel room. So this was my little setup there at the hotel, because the day of the expo was actually day 3 of the trip. Like, I was still gonna be there in Mexico City the whole next day and then go home. So I did have to sneak the animals into the hotel room because they didn't allow animals. It looks like I just always am having to sneak animals that I buy here at this expo into somewhere where they're not allowed. So yeah, the hotel room didn't allow animals, but you know, they didn't have to know that there was animals in that room. I feel like I'm giving you guys like terrible advice. I'm sorry. Like, it's not okay to sneak animals in where they're not allowed. So I took some heat lamps and just set those up, and then I also had some heating pads and just kept them warm, but still gave them kind of like a gradient of temperature. They were only like that overnight since I was gonna be going home the next morning. So yeah, that was their little temporary setup at the hotel room. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys this footage from like Aquarium Narnia. Seriously, this place is like the Narnia of like the fish keeping hobby in all of Mexico. So this kind of aquarium fish market is actually very popular in like Hong Kong. There's a really big one. There's also a similar one in India and just like in different places throughout the world where the fish keeping hobby is actually pretty big. So there's two of these markets in Mexico and they both happen to be here in Mexico City. Small from the outside, but no, like it goes on and on for blocks and blocks, and once you go in like everywhere you look there's fish, lots and lots of fish. Like anything you need, anything, it's there. They have it. I went there on 2 days. I went there on the first day because I kind of just wanted to check it out. I didn't get any footage or anything. So then on that same day that I was going to be driving back home, we stopped by to get the fish that I was going to get so that, you know, they could make it home with me, like alive in the bags. So I went to that place on 2 separate days and I still didn't get through all of it. Like I probably only got through like maybe 30% of the entire market. Crazy the amount of things inside. Next time I go, I want to like just take a GoPro attached to me and just walk through everything and just really give you guys the feel of this place. So aquarium markets like these are actually kind of a debate topic. Like, these places definitely attract a lot of tourists, you know, for obvious reasons. So there's a lot of these aquarium fish markets all around the world, right? I've noticed that a lot of people don't like these places and don't have nice things to say about these places, and a lot of those people are actually people that don't really know that much about fish and are just not in the hobby really. And yeah, of course there's like hobbyists that also think these places aren't that great, and I do understand it, and you know, I agree to a certain extent. So I made a list of pros and cons of this aquarium fish market in particular in this city. So pro number 1, variety. There's a huge selection of fish, like huge. I didn't even film everything. Like, I am barely showing you guys anything at all. Con number 1, minimum to no parking. Like, seriously, finding parking for this place was so hard. Like, we were in circles for like 20 minutes trying to find parking. There's like a really small parking area right outside of the market, but it's so small and all the spots are pretty much taken all the time. And there is someone there like watching the cars, so you do have to pay them when you get back. Pro number 2, prices. You guys, I didn't realize how expensive my local fish stores were till I went to this place. Like, my local fish stores sell the fish that they had here for like 5 times the price. Saltwater fish, oh my god, saltwater fish is so expensive here, like crazy expensive here, because the saltwater hobby isn't that big here in my city. And not just fish, like equipment and plants, lighting, all that stuff is super pricey like in other cities. I bought so much stuff. I bought like 3 aquariums while I was there, so that took up a lot of space. Like, I wanted to keep buying stuff, but I was out of room in the car to put it in. Like, I had no more room to put stuff in, so I stopped spending money here. Con number 2, the location of this market. So this market is in a very not so safe area of the city. It's near some pretty dangerous neighborhoods, so you do have to go pretty early in the day. Like, the actual market itself is safe, and you know, there's a lot of people, nothing bad's gonna happen to you when there's a lot of people. But if you're using public transportation, then that's another thing. I don't recommend it. It's not very safe, so let's just leave it at that. Pro number 3, it's legal. All the fish here that are being sold, all the animals, because they don't just have fish. They had reptiles, amphibians, birds, small mammals. Every single seller in there has permits to sell these animals, which is really nice. Next con is probably the biggest problem for people that go to these places that don't agree with these places, which is abuse. Clear abuse. So yes, I did see it and I didn't like it. Like, right by the sidewalk, I saw a puppy in like a 5 or 10 gallon tank. That's not okay. I did see some sellers that I didn't like how they were caring for the animals that they were selling. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's there. There's good sellers and there's bad sellers, and they're both there. It's just a matter of who you're gonna support and who you're gonna give your money to. But just because there's like a handful of bad sellers that clearly are not in it for the love, they're in it for the money, they shouldn't spoil this for everybody else. Yeah, I've noticed most of those like on the sidewalk were definitely the worst ones. Like, they had hermit crabs out in the sun. Some of them were dying because it was just so hot. There was turtles in the same conditions. These people, I would never give my money to. I would never support them. I would never buy an animal from them. And I hope you guys don't either. So another thing that people disagree with, some sellers hang these bags with fish inside, like a pair of shoes, basically, and it looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it makes you worry for these fish, but it may not be as bad as you think. So the first thing I saw when I got out of the car was this stand right here on the sidewalk. You don't buy 1 or 2 fish from this kind of seller. You buy the entire bag, which often comes with 100 fish, 50 fish. So I saw that some of these bags had feeder fish inside. A few of my animals eat live fish, and the bigger they get, the more they eat. I'm thinking of just breeding my own because I am buying way too many per week. So I saw these bags with feeder fish inside, and it was super cheap. So I go over to the guy selling them, and I'm like, hey, I want this one. And he's like, oh, that one's already sold. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I want that one. Oh, that one's already sold too. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you have that's not sold? So I ended up buying this bag with like, I don't know how many it was, like 50 or 100, I don't know. And then I started asking him, like, how long are these fish in these bags? He said that they were only in there like in the morning because by noon, like, all the bags are sold. And then a lot of people argue that they're not healthy, that they're gonna die because they've been stressed because they were in these bags. That's not necessarily true. I did buy a bag from him. I still drove home. It was a long drive, a few hours. Once I got home, I took them out of the bag. None of them had died. They were healthy, they were active, they were colorful. They were good quality fish. Yeah, it's definitely changed my mind about the whole bags thing. Now, I would like to see bigger bags. Like, if they're gonna bag up 50, 100 fish, I really think they should use bigger bags. This guy here was using decent sized bags. Like, they're pretty big. But I did see some other stands that had like the smaller fish bags completely packed with fish. That's not nice. That's not okay. I didn't give him my money. But that's just my opinion. Like, what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts about aquarium fish markets. What do you think about fish being sold already in bags displayed like this? Like, let me know down below. And if you don't agree with me, that's completely fine. You are entitled to your own opinion. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, then what is wrong with you? Go ahead and do that. And turn on your notification bell so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video. That's it. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Say bye, Babette. Boo, 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 boo. And Nikki fell asleep. How good could my hair possibly taste? Mwah, mwah. I love you. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. If you don't go to sleep, Nikki will poke your eyes out. Stop eating my hair. You guys suck. Okay, time for the chickens to go away now.